Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about GameStop. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investing journey together. So today we're going to be talking about GameStop. Can GameStop do another historic run? Is GameStop due for another short squeeze? I obviously want to explain why I think this time around, when GameStop actually does go through a short squeeze again, it is definitely going to be bigger than the first time. Obviously, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. But let's dive in a little bit deeper and talk about why I think GameStop is still in a very good position to hit a short squeeze, and why I think GameStop's run is actually not over yet, and why I think it's actually going to be bigger than the first time. So if we take a look at the 1 year chart, we can definitely see here that yes, GameStop was trading around $4 to $5 a share, and then we see this massive squeeze up on January 27th of 2021. The stock almost hitting basically $450 before slowly falling back down. Now, I do think that the run would have been a little bit more historic if altogether that the brokerages did not limit trading. If you guys were part of the whole GameStop frenzy, GameStop was basically on this non-stop rally for like 5 days straight, basically hitting all-time highs. Obviously, everyone knows that GameStop was probably one of the most shorted stocks out there at the time. But diving a little bit deeper, people knew that GameStop always had a short float. People have been talking for years about GameStop and how it's going to go through a massive short squeeze, but there had been too many optimistic things to drive GameStop's price upward, enough to the point where the stock started to squeeze. A lot of these hedge funds lost billions and billions of dollars because they had to cover their short positions in GameStop. Obviously, GameStop having a 140% short float at the time, just absolutely incredible. But why is GameStop in another position to run again? What makes it so that GameStop can actually do another historic run? Well, there's many factors that play into it. So, one, there's a lot of new hedge fund managers or a lot of new people who probably started shorting the stock when it hit like $450, $400. People were like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity to hit or take on a new short position, because GameStop will probably never reach these prices ever again. So a lot of people did take on new short positions when GameStop was hitting its all-time highs. Another reason why I think is, obviously, we definitely see how explosive GameStop can be as an overall stock. One day it's down 30%, the next day it's up 100%. There's no really telling, when GameStop will rally, because it's so random and it's so blatantly happens so fast that GameStop will basically increase large amounts of percentages when no one really expects it to. That's kind of what happened the first time around, and what kind of sent it on a run the first time as well. But everybody knows that GameStop does have the capability of squeezing again. And now that there's probably more short float positions at higher prices of shares, people are going to have to repay back these shares if GameStop is put in a position where the stock rallies too high. Now, what could actually make GameStop rally this much? Well, it's also going to depend. You definitely want good news towards the company. Yes, their earnings weren't horrible, and then Mr. Cohen himself, taking on a 10% stake. All that stuff was really good news that kind of led up to the squeeze to the first time. Obviously, the second time around, people have to understand that for GameStop to go through that other massive rally again, it needs to be put in a position with probably a lot of good news that's definitely going to send the stock upward. Yes, now that the world has started to reopen up, their brick and mortar stores are probably going to start seeing a little bit more business. But as GameStop takes on a more innovative approach, them trying to move to the kind of more to the digital side of things, realizing that brick and mortar is probably a little bit outdated, not something you really want to be messing with anymore. It's just much more convenient to basically be able to digitally innovate. Not only is it more expensive to basically keep these stores open that are not making any money, but it's a lot more convenience to the customers altogether. But GameStop's financial position is still pretty good. Like I said, they have enough money to pay off all their debt and still have about $240 million in cash left over just in case. Obviously, they're not going to do that because they do want to use that money towards digital innovation. Like I said, they're trying to move more towards digital platforming in itself, just because it's better. It's more convenient for its customers. But as GameStop continues to innovate, as GameStop continues to do great things, like I said, it puts it in a very good position where the stock can actually rally once again. I do think that GameStop is going to go through another short squeeze. So people ask, what stock price does it actually have to go to for GameStop to hit a short squeeze? For me, I think it's going to be around the $250, $300 range. It's definitely going to be the range I'm going to be looking for if we see GameStop go through another short squeeze. I don't think it's going to happen at the 100 levels. I don't think it's going to happen at the kind of lower mid 200 levels as well. But if these investors, they see, the stock climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing, they're going to get scared and they're going to start covering their positions. And when people short, everyone knows, people short large amounts of shares as we currently speak. So, people take on large short positions. It does pay off for them. But if put into the position, and we know that GameStop, once it passes that $450 mark once again, and the brokerages don't limit trading, this puts into perspective of how fast or how high GameStop can actually run. For me, the first time, even taking a look at it, watching the historic run that we got from GameStop the first time, if the brokerages did not limit the trading platforms, and that was all the trading brokerages altogether, they did not truly limit the trading platforms, no one really could tell where GameStop was actually going to go. GameStop could have easily hit, $500, $600, $700, even $800 altogether. So no one really understands where GameStop could have gone from there. So putting it into perspective, I do think GameStop does have the capability to run up again. And I think this squeeze is definitely going to be bigger than the last one. Obviously, that's due to a lot of reasons. More shorts positions that were kind of taken on when GameStop was at a higher price. It's digital innovation, which is definitely putting GameStop in a higher position. Plus, there's a lot of Redditors out there who are super bullish on GameStop, and some analysts who are also getting a little bit more bullish on GameStop altogether. So if put in the correct circumstance, I know for a fact that GameStop will run again. With that being said, guys, that's obviously all I have to really say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of GameStop. Do you guys think GameStop is going to go through another short squeeze? If you guys own GameStop stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.